Just in case you need the reminder, I have to ask you, are you doing something every week, perhaps even multiple times in a week, that focuses on your mobility and your flexibility? When I'm training people and helping them move a bit better, I notice time and again, whether they're starting out with me and over time, it's very easy to neglect this very important principle of what it is to have a body that is moving in space. Keeping up your mobility and your flexibility is the very thing that allows you to access the range of a pattern or a movement or something you're demanding of your body. It's not the only thing, but it is something that will help you get into these spaces and postures and positions with less resistive internal body forces. That's also linked to strength, it's linked to skill and balance and all sorts of other factors. But we can't underestimate the value of simply making sure and checking in that we are stretching in different capacities, that we are working at the end ranges of our body's ability. If we do not do this for too long, it's very, very difficult for us to compensate for that. And some of the compensations are the ones we don't like. It's the ones that hurt us. It's the ones that leave us with injuries. So very commonly I see people do not place enough emphasis on keeping mobile. Some people require to focus on mobility and flexibility in their training, that they only do that, but most people can get away with it. Most people can benefit simply from adding it to what they're already doing or integrating it into the sessions that they do on a weekly, possibly a daily basis. The benefits of keeping mobile and flexible go far beyond the movements you're doing themselves. They are one of the best ways to help us prevent injuries down the line. They're one of the best ways for our bodies to exist in a state where they have a good reference point in themselves. So what I mean by that is if you can go to certain postures and positions and your body understands that it's safe to do so and can do so with control, you are much more likely to be able to perform these maneuvers with much less risk for hurting yourselves or your body being unprepared for those positions. So you could be applying these to a flat surface where you're just performing moves or exercises where you're aiming to improve your flexibility and mobility in this way. Of course, there are many like that, but don't forget that you can incorporate ranges of motion and extra mobility in your patterns just by the environments that you're choosing. If you're able to do things where you're climbing, reaching, balancing, getting down low, moving under, over, and around objects, that alone will be building up your tolerance for ranges and novel positions that your body can get into, and it will quickly show you where you may or may get stuck. You'll pick up the same patterns and the same sides that are limiting you. So if you do an open stance, if you do a one-sided thing, you'll notice that one side may or may not be stronger than the other one, but most likely you'll feel some kind of limited range or limited coordination. There's your clue. That's your way to move forward. If you're on that journey of making yourself more mobile, more flexible, let me know. If you need help, more advice, I can make more specific things for you. Ask me some questions, and I'll see you very soon. For now, stay in motion.